I'm here, y'all. What's going on, Wild Wayne, Queen Barbara? I might have lost a couple of y'all because I started my live and it was like nothing was happening. It's like I wasn't live. So I had to start it all over again. So I apologize for that. And I was queuing up the video so the music stopped, but we're going to get ready to go in like a minute. Thank you for your patience. Okay, I'm ready to go. Good afternoon, Lisa girl. It's still morning here, child. It's just 10:47 a.m. on Saturday. It's a little early for me to be working. But yeah, let's get this thing started.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment something nice. Love in this light. This God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Peace, world. Peace. Welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior, and I'm back live. And we are kind of, I guess, piggybacking off of the topics we've been talking about these past couple lives, which has been mostly consisting of, Rocky Bivens, who used to be like a right hand type person, security, bodyguard, business manager for R. Kelly. But now he has his name all in the news, in the blogs, I'll say, because of his wife's foolishness with Escape and SWV, the reality show they have going on. And Tasha K is now in the mix because she had gotten a call from Rocky. I guess he had found out that Tasha K did an interview with his alleged mistress. Okay. She did an interview with this lady, and Rocky ended up calling Tasha, and she basically recorded the call. Yeah, she recorded him. I don't know if he knew he was being recorded, but yeah, and it was a very interesting conversation. So we're gonna let's go through this conversation, talk about it. Let me say hi to y'all first. Wow, Wayne, thank you for being here. Queen Barbara, you probably not here no more because I know you, Queen Barbara. Be bouncing around these YouTube streets. But thank you for popping in. Lisa Girl 1100, welcome back, love. Miss Michelle Hurd, how's Ohio, boo? How the babies? Thank you for coming. Joel Jackson, thank you for the bells, love. And thank y'all for coming in. Yeah, I don't know what was going on this morning when I went live before this video. I went to in my phone because I was going to post something on Twitter, and it was not showing that I was live. It was still saying upcoming, but then so I ended the live and talked to Wayne, and he was like, yeah, we were in there. A couple of us were in there. So I don't know what the hell is going on. That's why I am very much promoting my new channel. The link is pinned to this chat, to the top of the chat. And I'm promoting my new channel because this one at some point may be no more. I am so sick of this channel and these YouTube games, YouTube and the haters, because I found out some tricks that people have been doing to people's channels, which I knew some of the stuff, but I didn't realize how deep it goes. Okay. And I don't trust none of these Negroes. So with that being said, babies are good. Ohio's good. Okay. Then we good. Aisha Stockton, welcome, love. Okay. So let's get into this call, child. Okay. All right. I think I have the right timestamp marked.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do with this information, ma'am?
Okay, so she's talking to Cheryl Lee Ralph, who came out recently. I don't know if you guys saw that Cheryl Lee Ralph, who what character? What did she play? Was she Moesha's mom? She said that one of the TV judges had SA'd her, assaulted her in the past, and she was told not to say anything. And this is, I think it was like 20 years. It was a long time ago. So Tasha's basically asking her, what does she want us to do about it now? Because she's coming out, but she ain't saying who it was. If you're going to come out, Moesha's mom. If you're going to come out and try to expose something that happened to you years and years ago with a famous person, but you still not saying who, then don't bother saying nothing. Like, because there's only two black judges, and not to say they have to be a black judge. I'll just even say male judges that come to mind, and that was Judge Joe Brown and Judge Mathis. And if you have to ask me, I would say put your money on Judge Joe Brown, because Joe Brown has come out and seemingly have had issues. Okay, so yeah, I forgot she had also talked about CeeLo Green. Also, Miss Della, I think Miss Della might be listening. She says she sees I'm live. I told Miss Della the wrong timestamp. CeeLo Green falling on that horse in that club, child. He deserved that fall because you don't do that to the animals. Okay. All right, let's get into this call between Tasha K and Rocky Bivens. And I think this is it.
That shit retarded. Hello?
Hey, Rocky, how
What's-
you doing?
What's up, mama?
What's up with you? I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm waking up. My people waking me up saying I got some humor today. You know, some real.
I'ma pause. First of all, why is he calling her mama? He does not know Tasha K. This is the first time they've spoken. They've never met. And I believe he knows who she is and her reputation. So for him to, hey, mama, no. See, you can already tell he's trying to manipulate. My people are calling me, telling me I got some humor today, some humor, like something to laugh at. I'm sure they were probably calling him, telling him, you in trouble now. But let's keep this going.
Good humor. You all right?
I'm good. I'm just exhausted. I've been up for 24 hours, and so we was with Unique pretty much all night. And
Oh yeah. Hey, look.
Now, you know, Unique is the alleged mistress, right? And she's basically off jump, letting him know that, yeah, we did an interview with her. I'm tired. I spent a whole hour and something with this woman that you been with for the past 5 years, child. What's going on, Baby Yoda, Queen Quiche? Yeah, that's probably how he refers to women, but no, that's just inappropriate. That's just inappropriate. Okay.
I hope she I rock with you, whether you know it or not. You know, we never met, but I've always rocked with you because.
How would she know that you rock with her? And why do you rock with her? Because you're supposed to be R. Kelly's boy, right? Seemed to me you would not rock with Tasha K, but okay.
I just felt like you always said the right things to make me stay in the shadows and be like, even with the Rob stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. She do enough research to know what it is. So much respect to what you do and how you deal with it. But let's get it.
Wow. So he's buttering her up, letting her know, even with the Rob stuff, obviously that's R. Kelly. And he's basically saying, you kept my name out your mouth, so you know what time it is. That's what he's trying to tell her. He says a lot of these type of things throughout this call.
To the what's going on.
all right, well, you got to tell me because, I went through almost 5 years worth of text messages between y'all.
Between me and what's the girl?
Unique.
Tijuana.
Yes, Tijuana, yes.
From
Okay, did you catch that he called her by her government name? The person that he's going to claim he don't know and didn't have no relationship with, but he knows her government and he knows off top who exactly Tasha's talking about.
Text messages from where? From my phone?
Yes. Rocky, listen, she ain't the. And here's the thing: there's another girl. There's 2 more women that came forward, and apparently you sent the same pictures to them, and so Unique has those pictures as well too. But they don't know it. Since
you said somebody that.
Her. But here's the thing: like the messages that we have, like the screen record of the messages that we have between you and her is about 7 minutes long, and I'm scrolling fast. I'm just scrolling fast. I'm stopping at cash apps that you're giving her, telling her that your wife's birthday is today, telling her that you love her. Um, it's a lot, Rocky. It's a lot. And she even said that you deleted all the messages from her phone, but then tried to delete them from her phone, and she knew, and that's why she wouldn't give you her phone. But everything that she said, she backed up with receipts, with your name on flight tickets, screenshots, pictures of your penis. It's a lot, Rocky.
Now, Tasha, let me tell you something. I mean, because you don't know me, so this is now you're getting to know me, so you can know like, damn, Rock, I can see why you never was talked about in the R. Kelly scandal. I can see why this is the first time we ever heard about any of whatever infidelity or whatever people want to call it, whatever. Without saying too much, because there's a real legal issue going on with that lady that I'm not even. This conversation with me and you ain't even happening because you're not even in this. So this is me reaching out to you because I was reaching out to you about something else. When you hit me, I was talking to you about the whole escape stuff. This right
that's
here.
That's what I was talking to you about.
Yeah,
so we had somebody.
This right here is nothing. When I say nothing, you're gonna be like, I'm so glad I ain't getting that because that man and that situation with the feds, all that. You talking about phones, I can't say but so much, but it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm not gonna say much because what you seeing and those pictures of the other girl, all that's gonna come out. Like that's bigger than that's.
Y'all peep that he mentioned the feds now. He mentioned the feds for the first time because it's gonna come up again. Queen says she's gonna get enough of exposing somebody's marriage. First Derek Jackson, now him. Why does she get excitement? I think it's more exciting for her because of the whole Escape SWB drama and that he's connected to. And so this kind of just adds a layer to that whole situation. So it has legs already. Because I don't know if this drama wasn't going on with him outside of, of this situation, if she would even be interested, to be honest.
It's really nothing. But I was 10 times smarter when the girl first did what she did. Like, oh, okay. So we've been like that girl moved over by my house, being obsessed. I've been had the feds on this.
So she just moved by his house, unprovoked, unwarranted, unwanted. Just moved by his house. She's obsessed with him to that extent. But he's saying he's had the feds on this for a long time, him and his wife. The feds? Since when do the feds get involved in a stalking case? Because this is what he's trying to say that this girl Unique has been doing, has been stalking him. So the feds are involved? Or is it that you were already linked up with the feds? You're already in bed with the feds. So that's why he keeps mentioning them like there's some type of protection over him. And I'm saying that because of his relation with R. Kelly, supposedly being with R. Kelly for 20 years, 30 years really, and dipping from R. Kelly when all the stuff got hot around him. So that says to me, you have been working with the feds. You have been working with the feds.
Tasha been on this times two. We cool on that. Them pictures that came from that somebody tapped into, that's a whole case, just so you know. So I ain't even really called about her because that's laughable. I was hitting you about because I knew all this escape stuff and they had pissed me off, so I wanted to chop it up with you about that. But that girl and that's a no story. When you see what's going to happen even with me and Tasha, it's laughable. When I say laughable. So that I can't get into. But I mean, I can tell you whatever you want to. I mean, what you want to know from me directly, but you'll see about that with the feds and my lawyers, all that.
I think that's was right. Actually, what he said, I can tell you whatever I want to, or whatever you want to, whatever you want to hear, I can tell you, or I can just say anything. I can just say whatever to you. You know what I'm saying?
So, what are you suing the girl or something?
Oh, suing ain't the word, sweetheart. That's a rap. Shorty going to jail. She's a criminal. Her whole family. That's why we never said nothing.
So, how does he know all this about this woman? that he doesn't know, that is stalking him, that moved by them, and all of that. But you know her whole family history, her government name. What has she done to warrant you, having the feds on her? Because I believe the state comes first in a case, right? And then the feds come in or are contacted when it's above the state. Like, this is not above state level stuff. So why? Yeah.
That's their whole family scammers, criminals. Like, for real, New Orleans style. Trust me. I would send you something, but I can't, because I can't mess up my case. That's a wrap. Me and Tasha have been on that.
So you saying Tasha knows about the girl?
Oh, yes. Man, come on. This is so serious. This stalking shit. This whole... What's she getting out of it? What you getting out of it? Nothing. You messed up. She messed up too many times. Like, gave her a chance. Like, hey, listen, I know what y'all did. That's illegal, what was done. But okay. So, I ain't even say nothing about that. I ain't even got to talk about that. I'll tell you what you want to know because I rock with you. I don't even want you in it, but I rock with you. So whatever you need to know to that level, to where you can laugh at this with that too, cool. But the bigger news is other things that, that we got going on. So I wanted to talk to you about things that has real conversation. That's no conversation. None. That ain't even Kevin Hart material. That ain't even, like, one thing about me, Tasha. How y'all doing? Hold on, Tasha. Everybody making it seem like I'm Denzel, so I have to. That ain't even, like, one thing.
Wait, don't he sound? Queen, you made a point. You said he sounds like R. Kelly when Geronda so-called stalked him, but he literally does sound like R. Kelly. It's certain things he says, certain words, the way he enunciates and pronounces certain things. He sounds a lot like R. Kelly, and it actually makes me think about the type of stuff R. Kelly used to pull, as far as having doubles on stage, having people double for him because he was afraid for his life a lot of times. So he would have somebody looking like him walking out first and things like that. And I bet you Rocky was all a part of that. Like, because he looks and sounds too much like R. Kelly. I mean, he don't look a lot like him, but I'm saying, like, from a distance with a hat, with the certain right amount of type of clothes on, he could certainly double for R. Kelly. And just listening to him, I'm like, dude, you probably have impersonated R. Kelly more than once yourself, especially being that he said R. Kelly never paid him and that we finding out he's this whole scammer. This just all makes so much sense.
About me, Tasha? How y'all doing? Hold on, Tasha. Everybody making it seem like I'm Denzel, so I have to walk to myself. I'm not Denzel. Give me $20 million. They need to give me $20 million if I'm
not
hold on
Denzel.
One second.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody, Will Smith or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, somebody with some. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to get. Yeah. But yeah, whatever you want to know, I'm gonna tell you, but I tell you anonymously. But hey,
what you mentioned something about R. Kelly. How are you connected to R. Kelly? Were you a part of his camp?
Tasha, I'm Rockland Records with R. Kelly. I'm the one. I did listen, I got people with the federal government. So if you watch my BBC interview, you'll see.
What does he mean? I got people with the federal government. What is that supposed to mean in relation to R. Kelly specifically? Why would he say, I got people with the federal government? What is he trying to say? That he was instrumental in getting him convicted? Because that's what I think. There is no way, and you'll hear some more about how involved he was with R. Kelly and the type of things he's basically known for. And he's definitely somebody that you want to be looking over your shoulders if you know he might be lurking around.
How for 30 years, I tried to tell Rob what was going on. It's more to me than people know. It ain't just R. Kelly, it's Michael Jackson, it's Britney Spears, it's Trey Songz, it's Tamar Braxton. I signed it. Everybody think I'm just we gotta talk. I'm not that I'm not Todd or Toddina. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these guys. I've been behind the scenes for
He's calling Candy's husband Toddina, and he'll talk a little bit more about why he's calling him that, and they need to sue this man. I think I've heard the rumors about Todd before, but for him to say this matter of factly on a platform like Tasha K's,
long time. So people, this type of stuff, Tasha, they've been trying for years. I've been with Michael all throughout the scandal, everything. So
he was with Michael Jackson when Michael Jackson was going through his scandal as well, is what he's saying. So he's basically been behind the scenes of all these huge scandals over the past 30 years.
When people do silly stuff in life, I'm Mr. Fix It. And now that it's silly stuff on me, it's easier to fix.
And there it is. So now he's calling himself a fixer. And if you guys know what a fixer is, what's his name, Della? Ray Donovan, right? Anybody ever watch Ray Donovan? Hollywood Fixer. What type of stuff did Ray Donovan have to do to fix the problems? This guy is basically saying he's a fixer. But now he said when silly stuff is put on somebody, silly stuff, you weren't able to fix R. Kelly, and as close as you were to him, why weren't you? He said, I tried to tell him, but if you're this fixer, I mean, what happened? And so he's saying silly stuff is now being put on him. And so that's even easier to fix. Who says this stuff out loud? But like Aisha said, a clown. Like 3 times the clown as one would be. He has put his foot in his mouth. He got put more feet in his mouth than he actually has. He got Tasha's feet in his mouth at this point, and everybody listening, because I don't understand why you would choose these words and not think there's going to be some type of backlash. And I really hope that there is backlash, because the people who he is speaking on and about and against, he's saying some real serious things, okay?
Yes, with Rob, I mean, yeah. I represented Rob. I started off as a bodyguard. It's a whole story. I mean, you need to sit down. Okay. But when things went left, when I got the phone calls, I made it very clear that I, wasn't a part of none of that. At which they know, because,
Okay. Tabitha made it back. My bad, Tabitha. But thank you for coming back, child. That was very important what he just said. I'm going to rewind that just a tad. Let me see. Come on
now. Yeah.
Like, yeah. Somebody with some... Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get...
I went too far back. But hang with me.
Yeah. But look, whatever you want to know, I'm going to tell you, but I tell you anonymously. But, hey.
Well, you mentioned something about R. Kelly. How are you connected to R. Kelly? Were you a part of his camp?
Tasha, I'm Rocky, Rockland Records with R. Kelly. I'm the one, I did listen, I got people with the federal government. So, if you watch my BBC interview, you'll see how for 30 years, I tried to tell Rob what was going on. It's more to me than people know. It ain't just R. Kelly, it's Michael Jackson, it's Britney Spears, it's Trey Songz, it's Tamar Braxton. I signed it. Everybody think I'm just, we gotta talk. I'm not that, I'm not Todd or Toddina. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these guys. I've been behind the scenes for a long time. So people, this type of stuff, Tasha, they've been trying for years. I've been with Michael all throughout the scandal, everything. So when people do silly stuff in life, I'm Mr. Fix It. And now that it's silly stuff on me, it's easier to fix. But yes, with Rob, I mean, yeah. I represented Rob. I started off as a bodyguard. It's a whole story. Me and you need to sit down.
Okay.
But when things went left, when I got the phone calls, I made it very clear that I, wasn't a part of none of that. And which they know, because, they wanted me. Only thing I didn't do was go against them.
When I got the phone call, I made it very clear I wasn't part of none of that. Oh, but they know. Wait. He's talking about R. Kelly, of course, and the feds. But he's been talking about the feds since he started this conversation. So he's in bed with them.
When I got the phone calls, I made it very clear that I, wasn't a part of none of that. And which they know, because, they wanted me. Only thing I didn't do was go against them. But
they wanted me. The only thing I didn't do was go against him. So what was he going to say? They wanted me to go against him? They wanted me to flip on him? So instead of saying that, he said, the only thing I didn't do was go against him. Which means that is the exact thing he did do. Because we see now he is a liar. This is crazy. Oh my God. I hope R. Kelly is hearing this. And R. Kelly done heard this. Whoever is in connection to R. Kelly and emailing him, they are sending him links of stuff. And I'm sure they are giving him the lowdown. Because Rocky done put his foot in his mouth, child. Or everybody else's foot too. Please, yes. Like this video while you're here. And I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Join the membership and all that good stuff. And right now, if you're just joining us, we're listening to Tasha K. Exposing Rocky Bivens, who is the husband of Tasha, LaTasha Scott Bivens of Escape. And yeah, he's giving us a whole inside view of who he is, child.
Another conversation for another day. You really can get the real inside. Like, if you watch the BBC interview, me and you sit down,
Okay, I have to go back and rewind that. Okay, cool.
She said, let me go rewind that. But if you recall, we went over the BBC interview in a live or two ago. You can Google that too if you just want to see what he said to this guy. This interview was, this BBC documentary was before the Surviving R. Kelly docuseries, and it was jarring. Okay, and it wasn't as theatrical as Surviving R. Kelly, but like Rocky mentioned, he was interviewed. So the guy was talking to Rocky, looked like he was working. There was some type of venue. He was backstage, behind the scenes of some venue or event. The guy is talking to Rocky. By the end of this interview, we find out Rocky basically let us know that R. Kelly don't care about age. He liked what he liked. And also he let us know that he was literally at the wedding ceremony of R. Kelly and baby Aaliyah, who was only 14 years old at that time. So that interview that he's keep bragging about, I guess he don't realize he looked like a clown then. And he actually told the guy, first he tried to deny that he was at the ceremony or that there was a ceremony, but the guy asked him, so you were there, right? He admitted to being there. Yeah, he did. So
know about Michael Jackson and everything like that, but
everything. Everybody.
But here's the thing. I think. Listen, I'm a send you over what she sent me.
Okay.
None of your dick pics will be out. Okay. I don't put out nudity or anything like that.
Hey, listen. Wait, Tasha, I appreciate that. This me talking, so you gonna see like, oh, Rock, my nigga, this nigga just real. Dick pics.
Yeah.
If somebody got dick pics of me, I need to see them. I need to see my dick. I mean, I see it, but who the fuck? How do you get a dick pic of me? What the fuck? Is it my dick? Is it a porn star dick? You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't got no...
You know whose dick it is.
Dick pic of me, Tasha. I'm sorry, baby. Not of mine. I mean, she probably got dick pics, but... Did
you ever tell her you were gonna leave Tasha for her and you was moving money?
Tasha.
You was moving money into an account?
Hey, Tosh, listen to me. Listen to me. And you when I say that 3, 4, 5 years from now, you're going to be laughing like, I fuck with this nigga. Listen to me. Me and my wife have been together 28 years. We ain't never going nowhere. Ain't never nothing like, you know how these dudes get in scandals and they be, I did wrong or I did something. You would never get that. You come to our house, you gonna come around, you're gonna be.
So he's like, you know what? I don't care what kind of scandal, how big the scandal is, and what the scandal is about. She ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. I'm not like these other simps. You ain't gonna see me out here crying to Oprah or Gail. You're gonna see us together. Because why? Because she's held captive mentally, physically, and everything else. This guy has her bound up. Let's not forget, R. Kelly dibble-dabbled in witchery. I don't know if it was voodoo, or I don't know who the spiritual demon was that he was working with, but I feel like Rocky learned some tricks and some tips, and he done put a hold on Latasha, because he's been with her since 1995. It's a long time. He basically probably broke her down and rebuilt her. So all the stuff R. Kelly's doing with all these girls and boys and men and women, he put all his energy and knowledge into the one, Latasha Scott. And she's literally his walking, talking robot. But even based on her behavior, we see he ain't really good at what he do. You ain't really did a good job, because this is a mess. And it all comes to Rocky. All of this stuff that is going on, it boils down back to him.
Like, hey, man, y'all the funniest people in the world, laughing at the world. It's no-go. It's a no-go. You gotta think about this with that girl, Tijuana. And there's only so much I can say, especially on the phone, but in person, me and you will really talk. Even about that. And I'll show you some stuff.
If this was a drinking game, I would say every time you hear him say, when we meet up, when we talk in person or anything of that nature, we're taking a shot, okay? I don't think we would even make it halfway through this interview, because everybody knows Tasha K is not going to meet up with this guy. Apparently, he thinks that's a part of the deal. He's probably cleaning his gun right now. I'm just saying, allegedly.
You'd be like, I'm so glad. This girl didn't even have a clue. She's delusional. She's deranged. But think about this. What is she trying to get out of it? You just put 2 and 2 together. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm mentally. That woman has 3 children. I can't say but so much, and none of them mine. But when
okay, she has 3 children, none of them mine. You hear how he said it too? Ain't none of them mine. So I wonder if we talk to the children. I don't know how old they are, but I'm pretty sure they're old enough to let us know whether or not they know Rocky or not. Do you think the children are going to tell us if that was Uncle Rocky or not? Maybe Papa Rocky.
You see, when me and you meet up, that's why I
take a shot.
I hit you the other day. You must didn't know the number or whatever. It went from this number. But when you see what I show you, you're going to be like, girl, you wasted my time. And that's cool. You apologize to it, but then you're going to take it back.
Okay.
You're going to be like, I'm going to take it back. I don't apologize to this girl, because I just found out something the real stuff, not no little text messages. Like, listen to me. When I show you what I'm going to show you, you're going to see it's federal. This ain't like state. This is federal. Listen to me. Mm-hmm. So, and I'll give you enough research to do for you to know, like, this nigga ain't just talking. I finally found out who he was. I woke up this morning and I was like, damn, why everybody keep saying my name? I can't wait till people start putting 2 and 2 together. Why is me and my wife, or why am I so important to Candy? Or not important, but they trying to make me seem like unimportant.
Okay, so he said 2. He's saying a whole lot, okay? First and foremost, why am I waking up and hearing my name? Well, you do realize y'all are on a reality show that's trending and been trending since episode 1 about you and your wife stealing money from her sister. Like, you know that, right? What are you talking about? This is what I don't like. And he doesn't listen. Tasha mentioned something earlier about asking him about moving money into another account, which is something I believe he did tell this woman. That sounds like something a man who's plotting is going to tell somebody who he's trying to stall time with. I need to move this money because he knows money is important. The lady told us that she didn't believe he had any money, that all his money was tied up into Tasha's money. And he let us know too that he can't deposit or do no banking activity with regard to Tasha's money. So he depends on Tasha. The artist he mentioned that he's like, I represent artists. Britney Spears. Okay, he signed. When did he become a part of Britney Spears's success? I don't remember ever. Can somebody call Scooter Braun, please? Hello. And also, who else did he mention? Jacquees. Jacquees. I thought it was Jacquees, but okay. When's the last time we heard anything like he's just grabbing at straws, child, with these artists and why he is who he is and he makes all this money. If he's helped brokering people getting on, he's probably getting a one-time fee. He's getting a finder's fee and people are keeping it moving. Ain't nobody paying him no ongoing monies. I'm telling you right now, this man has been, this whole thing with the 30K, this is how he's been living. He's been going around Tasha and living a whole double life. Okay. Probably using her money. Let me get your money. I'm going to flip it.
Rocky name coming up so much. I said, somebody smart going to pay attention. And when they pay attention, you see what's out there today, right?
No, we paying
Outside
attention.
of you doing that. I mean, talking to the girl. You see what the big news is, right?
About you still in the $30,000?
There you go.
No, about now the news is Tamika, my sister-in-law, was sending me naked pictures. Todd sucking a tranny's dick, and Tiny in trouble. That's about to be the biggest news today.
Oh. Has anybody heard these things today? Well, I had heard about rumors about Todd. So did you hear what he said? That Todd was sucking. I it's a T word, Annie. I know Tasha, somebody, I think it was Queen. She said Tasha ain't learned her lesson. I didn't even hear Tasha say allegedly or anything in there. Tasha sounds tired and she looks fed up, but she's letting this guy, she's doing the right thing and letting him talk. But what else did he say? Wait, let's.
Tamika, my sister-in-law, was sending me naked pictures.
Okay.
Todd sucking a tranny's dick, and Tiny in trouble. That's.
So he's now trying to say Tamika, his sister-in-law, was sending him naked photos. So you know what that tells me? That tells me that he got his hands on some naked photos, and he's threatening probably to expose these photos. I doubt that she sent him them pictures. He probably got his hands on them pictures, and now he's trying to hold them over her. And then on top of that, to say she sent them to his ugly ass. Please. I'm wondering what her husband is thinking about all this and how is he dealing with all this? Because I think he actually comes up too. Let's go on.
About to be the biggest news today. So, people, that girl you got coming over there with security for what? Like, damn, Tasha.
Let me ask you this real quick. So,
with security,
the $30,000. What went on with that? Because that's really what I want to sit down and talk to you about.
Yeah, let's get to it.
And you finna see that? Like the sisters are together. No, Tasha ain't never take no. Man, I can't wait to sit down with you. And Tamika gonna tell it. She gonna.
Can he finish a sentence? Wait.
What about?
Yeah, and you finna see that. Like the sisters are together. No, Tasha ain't never take no. Man, I can't wait to sit down with you. And Tamika gonna tell it.
He is a clown. He said the sisters are together. What is that supposed to mean? That Tamika was in on her own robbery? Tamika stole her own money? What does this mean? The sisters are together. He can't even finish no sentence.
Tasha, is this the biggest plot from since you said somebody didn't have nothing to do with it? You're wrong, Tasha K.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. This guy does not like women. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I hear it. That's a part of the problem. The part of the biggest problem is he doesn't even like women. He actually probably hates women. And this is why he acts the way he does towards women. Mm.
I'm gonna show you, but this is federal with that dumb chick. But connect the dots. It's only so much. Connect the dots. It's dots that can be connected, and I'm gonna steer you in the right direction. No, but to answer your question, no, nah. Tasha didn't take 30,000. How can I deposit 30,000 into the? I can't even put my wife check in my account. First of all,
because she probably made sure that keep your grimy hands away from all of her coins. Okay, he talking about how can I deposit? First of all, they said the checks were cashed. They said the checks were endorsed, fraudulently endorsed with Tamika's name, and then he signed it, and they cashed these checks. So they had her passport, a copy of her passport. She said the signature was not her signature on that passport either. People say the mama was involved. The checks got mailed to her house. Why you think the mama was trying to cut the cameras? Because mama's probably involved as well. The sisters are together. He probably knows or feels like Tamika is not going to go as far as to, get her family criminally charged or even civilly, which is embarrassing. He probably is just banking on the fact that he can hide behind those relationships. But Tamika seemed like she's kind of breaking down a little bit. He might not be able to rely on that security blanket that he's been wearing all these years.
So that's baffling, but no, she didn't. And I'll give her the opportunity to explain that the way she had explained, but it's no money was taken. And the truth is they were paying Tamika Tasha's money. See, but that's a family thing, and I'm not trying to break that wall, but
he said they were paying Tamika Tasha's money. Did it say that on the check? Did it say on the check endorsed? Was it payout to Tamika Scott for LaTasha Scott? Because it's really LaTasha Scott's money. Because if her name wasn't on that check, then it was not her money. And if she was owed money from work that she had done and it was given to the wrong person or whatever it is he's trying to say, that's up to the company who made the error to fix the error and resend the new checks. From what I understand, these checks, it was multiple checks. It wasn't just one check for 30,000. It was multiple checks for something they had done as a group or whatever. That was the money they were getting. And Candy said, and none of them knew these checks. I mean, they got their checks, but they're saying they were unexpected. So it wasn't a stretch to say that Tamika really didn't have any idea and wasn't expecting these checks. If Tiny's mother didn't tell Tamika and they didn't get the proof, she would have never known. She would have never known.
Neither one. I mean, the royalty people didn't know. They mixed the sisters up, and they didn't know. But Tamika knew. She knew Tasha wrote everything. She knew Tasha, Thug Holiday, all that. So she knew.
Tamika knew Tasha wrote everything. So that sounds like it's not a mistake that was made by the royalty company. This was something you felt she deserved and that you deserve because you never got paid, because she mentioned that to us as well. So you're saying she owed us that money. So, that's just is what it is. I wonder, did they tell her that? Because she never mentioned that. Tamika meaning that, yeah, they think I owe them money because of Whoop Wop Wang. Like, what is going on? This is now making more sense. If they feel they were owed this money.
They was giving her Tasha money. And, when y'all saw that editing, man, that scene was chopped and screwed because Tasha and them was looking like, what are you talking about, Tamika? Don't do this. But it's even more deeper than that, Tasha. And I'll tell you that, I had to tell you where we at on this promotion, so you might have to fly out and just really sit down because I don't, what I'm saying, I don't do all that. But connect the dots. It's one dot you're gonna connect, and you're gonna be like, yo, I did fell on the Holy Grail, but it's got to remain anonymous when I point it to you. You see what I'm saying? On certain things. The thing with me, they ain't got to remain anonymous. It's just it's a situation. It's legal, so I can't talk. But the escape stuff.
What? Tasha moved her head like, what are you saying? He goes from here to there to there. I can't talk. I don't have to be anonymous. You got to be anonymous. I mean, what is it?
I just will allow. I'm not going to tear them down the way they're trying to tear me down, but I will let the truth come out.
Has he not been tearing them down? Have you guys heard any of the interviews? I got into this rabbit hole of these past interviews between there's one where he and Latasha are together. They're not on camera from the one I heard, but he's doing all the talking. She might jump in here and there, and she seems very comfortable with him doing that and giving him the mic. But that's just a red flag right there. That's a bad sign as well.
Does that make sense?
But I mean, they out here. I mean, basically saying what they gotta say. So you really don't want to address it.
No, but you gotta think about it, Tosh. If you look on Instagram, that's the silliest thing I ever did, but I don't care. I put up an affiliation. Right? Mm-hmm. There's one person, but that people, it's a name, a gang name. So I'm connected, and
okay. So he's gang related. Is that what he's trying to say, or affiliated, or a gang member himself? He said on his Instagram. Okay, while we listen to this, I'm gonna try to find his Instagram. I think I had found it, but I thought it was private.
Can't really say, but you follow me. So it's only so much I can do without. So only so much BS I can be a part of because it's way bigger than all this little back and forth or people making money off the news or whatever. When they boil down to it, I just stay out of the way, and it's a reason because it's way bigger than all these small things and people. I don't move around with the people I move around with and do what I do and play the game that smaller people play, if that makes sense. It's way more connected than this stuff. Like, it's laughable to me. I'm going to say it, Olivia Pope or somebody that's connected to the president or the highest gang member in the street or the highest cartel member. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to start connecting some dots in 2 seconds. You following me?
Yeah, I'm following you.
So,
I'm following
right.
You. Okay.
So,
is he also trying to send Tasha a message about who he fuck with? Like, don't mess with me too much because I'm connected. He mentions cartel, the president, Olivia Pope. I think he affiliates with Olivia Pope more so than any of those people for other reasons. And like I said, he don't really like no women. I'm telling you.
Oh. When it's like that, it's like, come on, man.
Well, how do you get paid though? Because I know, she's been a part of Escape for a long time. I know y'all been married for almost 30 years. Like, how do you get paid from all of this?
I don't get paid from these people. I'm an entertainment manager. I sign artists. I have my own imprint. All of my partners are billionaires, like oil tycoons. I've been doing my business for 30 years. You understand? I signed Britney Spears. I managed Escape.
Does he not sound like R. Kelly right there? 30 years. Escape. Wait, let me.
Like oil tycoons. I've been doing my business for 30 years. You understand? I signed Britney Spears. I managed Escape. I of course, the current stuff. I managed Jacquees. All of the Trey Songz records. I signed the producers, Spanish Red Zone, Tricky Stewart, all these records out here, the number one records. They're my writers. They're my producers. Yes.
He should be balling. If that's what he's really about, he not moving like that.
Then I have my own imprint with Warner for a country record label with a billionaire. I did.
Did he say a country record label with a billionaire? So is Rocky a bottom or a top?
They're my writers. They're my producers. You understand? I have my own imprint with Warner for a country record label with a billionaire. You know, I mean, I did Tasha's deal signed to herself. It's a lot. So I've been doing music and entertainment and law court over 30 years.
And you've never, in the 30 years you've been with Tasha, ever had an affair?
In the 30 years that I've been with Tasha, between me and our business, you know, but you know, I'm rocking with you. Every relationship has its ups and downs. So every relationship, you know, and we ain't had no downs. We human. So if you asking me if I had an affair or cheated or whatever, we can talk, but I ain't perfect. So, but if you ask me if I had an affair with that girl, I'll be quiet and tell you, you finna see. If that's the frowning question you want to ask.
Well, I'm just saying in general because you know, it's not just her; it's other women. You know.
Listen. Hey Tasha, I ain't no saint, baby. If anything, I'm far from a saint. I could have easily made all this go away and just got on my live. You know what I'm saying? And said a couple things, and everybody be like, "That ain't even worth talking about." I don't even know him. Y'all making me famous, and I never wanted to be famous. Not you, but I'm just saying people. I never wanted to be famous. I've been powerful, but I didn't want to be famous. You know what I'm saying? I avoided fame on purpose. But all they doing is making me known, but my power ain't going nowhere. So having an affair, or I don't go to strip clubs or fucking around with somebody, that ain't shit. That's life. Me and my wife we ain't got no open relationship. I don't run around promising people lifestyles without her. And guess what? When you are me, a person can show a text message 10 times, Tasha, I promise you. It ain't mine. Listen to me. You paying attention?
I'm paying attention.
So I rock with you enough to know my value with you. And if whatever it is way greater than some dumb shit. So my relationship with you, whatever you need or want to know, is way greater than that silly ass story I could have made go away the first day, but I wanted to prove a point on the highest level with the highest people so people can learn. Leave me the fuck alone. Y'all better leave that.
He could have made it go away on the first day. Like how? I don't know if you guys remember that this mistress was basically made to come and say her page was hacked when she outed him as the father of her then. I think she was pregnant at the time. She came back and said her page was hacked, but then came back to say he made me say that. So he's very much, and we saw also that Tamika was on video letting us know he's a bully. He's pulled guns out on people, several people in business situations. All of that.
Well, hey Tasha, I bet you today you finna see a lot of people apologizing, or you finna see some camaraderie. Now I told you first, you're gonna be like, I don't know who I got to get with this nigga. If you would have got with me, which I didn't know you, with a situation you was dealing with, it wouldn't have happened, I promise you.
What situation are you talking about?
Your public situation.
Well, I got a lot of public situations. Which one are we talking about?
The Cardi one.
Oh, that's the one. You can make it go away?
Hey man, that shit with a...
Can you make it go away right now?
Hey man, listen to me. We need to sit down.
You gonna give me $4 million? Or you gonna give me $4 million? Or you gonna?
You owe for me? I don't know.
Yeah, I owe $4 million. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you think that's something, watch what you finna see what happens to Short. I ain't gonna even say that.
So what is he trying to say? So he's trying to say, if I knew you, I could have made that Cardi B situation disappear. Basically, before it even became a situation, he's saying all he had to do was pick up the phone. And she's like, well, what about now? Can you? And he didn't even know about the $4 million. So really, do you know what you're speaking on before you speak? How can you tell her you could have made it go away and you don't even know what it involved, what it is, what it was? That makes zero sense.
Yeah, but it's worse than that. But I didn't know you owe $4 million. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
why would they do that?
Man, listen, it's a lot. I have to sit down and tell you.
But I still can pick up a phone. You do understand something. But we'll see.
Okay. All right. Hey, but check this out. So I didn't even know Unique's real name until you told me. Like I didn't know her real name. You know, I didn't ask her. I just wanted her to. You know, I hit her up and I was like, hey, you know, I'm in Atlanta. for a day the same way I hit you up, and I was like, do you want to come through and set the record straight? She said, absolutely. She said, you know, a lot of platforms have been reaching out to her, but she said the relationship that she's had with you is over 5 years. She has your name tattooed on her back. You told her that you liked it. There are Cash App transactions coming from you to her. There are conversations about what you're doing with your wife to her. There are I love yous from you to her. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. Like I don't see anybody going back 5 years, making up conversations, sending pictures of washers and dryers and and shit like that. Like I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my head around like who's gonna sit up, and take that much time to do this. And she's claimed that the only thing she's ever received from you was like the Cash App gifts and maybe some trips. Like you didn't really have a lot of money because your money is tied in with Tasha. But what you did promise her was that you were going to leave Tasha and it was going to take some time and you were going to be with her. And that's why she's upset. And she's had 2 abortions and 1 miscarriage.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, from you. And all of
Did you hear him say, "Oh my God"? Hi, Miss Mocha. Happy Saturday, love. Exactly, Baby Yoda. He don't rock with nobody but himself. He sounds so much like his. I'm gonna call R. Kelly his mentor. This is the real mentee right here.
that is in the text messages between the 2 of you, even up until y'all sending screenshots. Rocket, I don't know if you know this new age digital media. I know you 50, so you're an older gentleman, but the digital footprint is a motherfucker. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, like so it's like, we try to be secretive about stuff, but anytime you send something to a phone nowadays, whether it's it's trackable, it's traceable, it's undeletable, and everything is left. Like I've had
in the cloud.
It's in the cloud, and everything is in her thread and in the cloud, even up to your WhatsApp messages between you and her. And so, like, I don't know. This is a very, 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 very sad situation. I'm not happy about putting out a story like this involving a woman who's been married to you for 30 years. Hasn't been any public shenanigans going on with Tasha. I do know that she has a very strained relationship with her sister, with her mother, and it all boils back to you. And then when I have different messages from different women, I mean, we even have messages between you and a woman on LinkedIn. I said, damn. I just
all part of the federal. I mean, it's all part. Tasha, I agree with you. I'm not cutting you off, boo, because we're going to pull this bus off in a minute.
Okay.
But the reason why I told you I couldn't say nothing before, this has been an elaborate thing from, it's something that's connected to something you talked about that people have been trying to tear me down or pull me down for years, right? But you can't. Those other, I mean, this ain't the first time we heard about. We knew about Unique situation of whatever coming out 3 weeks before it came out with whatever, she talking about, hey, Tasha, I can't make babies, but that's all I'm going to give you, okay? Like, by the laws of nature, I can't have children. I mean, we got one son, me and Tasha. I got one child on the whole earth. So I'm going to leave that there.
Do you have a vasectomy or something, or what?
No, it's a medical thing, but
oh gosh, Baby Yoda, you was exactly what I was thinking. Please, she's extremely happy to post negative information. That's her livelihood. Exactly. She's like, I hate to do this. I mean, maybe she does feel bad. She might still feel bad about it. We can't take that away from her, but yeah, she does it anyway. This is too much. Tasha really digs up in there. Did you have a vasectomy? Like, she really don't care how far she goes with her questions. Because these are questions normal men, like a real grown-ass man, would not answer these questions. He wouldn't be having this conversation, as a matter of fact.
We can't. That's why me and my wife was crying like, oh, she had 3 babies. She was like, damn, I wish I had one more since she had 3, and bring that one if she got one. So
he sounded like a Levi and R. Kelly mixed in one right there. So he's trying to say that him and his wife Latasha were crying when this lady came and exposed him for having gotten her pregnant 3 times, because Tasha can't have no more with him because he supposedly can't have no more babies. All of a sudden he can't have, well, he's old. How old is he? 50, in his 50s? I think men in their 50s they normally can still produce at that time, yeah. The sperm count still pumping. I don't know. He said it's medical. So it's, what is it? Some R. Kelly gave him, allegedly. I'm sorry.
At least I can keep that one. So, you know, I hear what you're saying, but then also the reason why I can't really get into that till I see you, you'll be like, oh shit, y'all some dumb hoes. First of all, here's the
go ahead. No, keep going. Sorry about that.
First of all, here's the thing you should ask. What's the whole point? You said it's very sad. You know, I've been married to this lady 30 years, never heard anything. And then, you know, this girl is saying I was going to leave Tasha and digital footprints.
You've been online since November, dragging beef out of Latasha Scott's husband, Rocky Bivens.
I didn't want to hurt him or destroy him.
Yeah, you're online with the ultrasound saying I had an affair with this man. So I looked at it, I was like, fake news.
And I was just like, you know, you was every bitch, every hoe, everything you could think of.
So this is her conversation with the mistress. I'm gonna fast forward to that because I don't want to hear that anymore. I've heard that too many times.
Tasha Scott's husband for 5.
No, this ain't no typical side chick. I don't care what y'all call it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care which.
I don't think I addressed this though. The fact that she said I wasn't no typical side chick. Typical side chick. What is a typical side chick? Because a side chick is a side chick, right? And she knew he was married, so she can't say, "Well, I didn't know he was married." You knew this man was married. Based on the conversations Tasha K witnessed in your text messages, you guys had conversations about Latasha. You were very much aware of his marriage as well as things going on within the marriage. So you, maybe not a typical side chick, maybe you were even a lower grade of a side chick, because a typical side chick probably should be minding her business. But if you say you weren't typical, then you were probably even much lower of a vibrational side chick.
Get it, what you call it. I was in a relationship, full-blown relationship, you know.
So he spent the night at your house.
He always just complimented me. You know.
He complimented me when she asked, so he spent the night at your house. Well, he really just complimented me. What does this mean? What type of languages are these people speaking? She didn't answer the question. And what does compliment and getting compliments have to do with? Does she mean complimenting me? Oh, you look nice today? Or complimenting me as in complimenting me as a partner? Like this person balances me out. They bring what I don't, that type of thing. But she feels like she was in a relationship. So this is why he called her delusional and deranged, because she is over there living in a bubble that he helped her create. And he leaves her in that bubble when he goes off dipping and dabbing and doing all over the universe. Wow.
That was the best thing ever happened to him. He told me I remind him of his mama. You know, he cried. He cried in front of me. No man not gonna just cry.
What did he cry about? When you went on trip, you were public together.
Well, yeah, we've been out. People seen us out together. I mean, he tongued me down in the middle of a Vegas club in front of everybody. He was my man. He talked about
He decided to upload.
Get
on my your story out there.
She's promoting her live stream.
I'm the type of person put 2 and 2 together.
Website.
Why? Why would he leave his wife? Oh, he don't have no money because it's tied up with hers. Girl, you don't know nothing about me. You or that little crew that's been trying this for the last 10, 15 years, and y'all ain't been winning. Who helped you get your story out there? How did you even? You're nobody. How did you even pull this off? How y'all been trying to pull this off?
Because
you are a nobody. How did you pull this off? Like, how did you get this much exposure? So this tells me too, he's been gatekeeping. He's been you know, blackballing people, keeping people from getting this type of exposure. But he ain't never matched up with a Tasha K. Tasha K will go around the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Because when there's a woman who uploads a picture of you with her in text messages,
Right.
and says that I was with this lady's husband,
Mm-hmm.
and then she says I have text messages, pictures, and everything to back it up, but decided not to go forward with it and say that her page got hacked. All those messages between you and her are there as well. I'm talking about Rocky. These messages go back between you and her for years.
No, we've seen them for years, Tasha. It's all part of. We know. I can read everything. You know, you say in the phone, right? Like she showed you her phone. You know how you say the digital footprint. I'm older. You know, it's.
See, here's the thing, because I deal with these situations all the time, and I think older men, because you came up around the R. Kelly era, right? You know, finding a man cheating is different from catching him today. Before, we used to have to ride past the job, stalk the man, hire a private investigator. Now, you don't have to do all of that. You can cheat for years, and then guess what? No one's got to follow you because everything was following you through a digital footprint. Your phone number to her phone number. You telling her you love her. Plane tickets in your name and her. Y'all move.
Tasha, I know what she's saying on the phone, but I'm telling you, like, it's part of a case. No, none of that is not my phone. No, listen to me. No, I can't.
But why would your name be on a Delta flight ticket? Edward Bivens.
My name ain't on no Delta flight ticket for her.
Okay.
Wow.
Obviously, you guys were everybody has their own ticket together. You guys are going to Houston, going to Vegas, taking trips together. I have a picture. I have a video of another woman in your hotel room, and she has video of your man bag where you keep like maybe your I guess beards or stuff that you shave with and everything in that bag, and it says Bivens on the bag. Like, this is like, these women, like, I don't think you've seen them coming. Like, they coming and they here. And I honestly feel really kind of sick to my stomach, because here's the thing, as an outsider looking in, Rocky, I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, I'm younger than your wife. I'm not too far in age from her, but I'm still younger than your wife. But I've been doing this stuff that I'm doing a long time. And Rocky, when I tell you, it's not good. It's not looking good for you. And if I were Tasha and I got what I'm gonna put out on you, Rocky, I'm gonna be honest with you, you probably wouldn't even be breathing.
Hey, Tasha. The minute you see what I'm about to do and what's about to happen when that whatever come out, you're gonna be like, he tried to tell me.
Listen, and like I said, whenever you're ready to show me that, listen, I'm open to it. I'm just telling you from what I have.
Like, me is bigger than whatever gonna come on the block. None of that matters. I win in the end when I do what I do. Like, that ain't. Tasha, I promise you, I'm not the person that's worried about nothing. Even if you put out whatever, you will see me and my wife sit and say, okay, what in y'all point then and whatever. But when the smoke clears and when what happens next, it'd be like, damn, they can't even afford to play the game I play. So I'm not worried about it. I don't care if it was 100 women. You will see me and Tasha look at all of them like, what's y'all point?
But you said you did have outside relations in the 30 years y'all haven't been together. So does Tasha know that?
Perfect. Everybody has things that they've done. I'm not perfect in nothing. So I mean, like, that's like somebody asking me. Like, I've been very skilled in media training. So really? I know what I said. But listen, that's like somebody asked me if I'd done any crime. The other day, Tamika said I pulled a gun out on somebody, and I'm a bully. So it's so much that people can say, but ain't none of it true. And if it is true, then I don't mind standing on what I've done.
There it is. What Tamika said about him is easily verifiable. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have just put that out there and it wasn't true. That's why he's now saying, well, I'm doubling down on it. If it was true, if it's something I did do, he knows he did that. He knows he's a bully too, but he's going to stand on that. And that's exactly why he's saying, no matter what you bring against us or against me, my wife going to be right there with me. And he's going to keep standing on that and doubling down on that because he knows what he has done to that woman. He groomed this girl. He mentioned, I don't know if he already said it about being accused of being a predator, and I never heard that about him. But when he said it, I was like, yeah, he was a predator when he sought her out of Escape when he met them in 1995. He was looking for a way in to the industry. He was there because of R. Kelly, but R. Kelly wasn't paying him. He needed to find something sustainable. And he found that in Latasha and Escape. It wasn't even just Latasha when he married her, it was Escape as well. He became very embedded in their business and he actually fucked them over in the long run. Think about how much more success and how much just bigger and how much more flourishing they could be had he not been in the middle of everything. I'm sure things would have been a lot different, even today.
You put me on Barbara Walters, and me, you, and Tasha sat there, and y'all asked me a question, put a
but I'm the new black Barbara Walters, so we don't need
okay.
Barbara Walters. She dead. It's
she
Tasha
dead.
Now. It's Tasha.
Wow, Tasha.
So listen.
Then let me help you become as big as she is. What's up? What story you need?
Well, my husband manages me, and so the great thing about him managing me is like, you know, phones are open. Ain't no second phones. Ain't no LinkedIn. Like everything is shared. And I'm the type of wife. When you live in this society, you still got to be old school with it. You got to pick up and check phones. And I don't think Tasha, being from like kind of an older generation, was checking your phone because there's just no way. There's just no way, Rocky.
Which one is my phone? What's my phone?
What you mean, what's your phone? Okay, so this number here that you're calling from, and she did say that you did, and she said something, and I clicked onto it. She said that you changed your number so she couldn't call you. But when you change a number, that same number still pops up through WhatsApp. And so she has messages of you calling her through WhatsApp. So that's how deep this digital footprint is. So it's just like me. I switched this number from a 371 number, right? But if I call somebody from this number that I'm on right now and I call them through WhatsApp, if I don't update my WhatsApp number, it still says I'm calling from that 371 number and not this 561 number. So that's how deep the digital footprint is. And I just got to tell you, like, listen, Rocky, they finna fuck you up on TV. And I just hope you got your shit together and you got some money, because like if she listens to these viewers, reality TV spares nobody, brother. Nobody.
She trying to warn them, and I'm trying to figure out what's coming up in these episodes. This is only how many episodes total? 8, I think, 8 episodes, and this coming up. The one coming up is episode, I believe, number 4. I think 4 or 5, but we're getting there. And it's, what is she saying? Is this mistress gonna be on the show? It's not even about, for me, I don't really care about the whole mistress thing, because I don't think I think Latasha will stay with him. I won't say she doesn't care. I will say that she's already in a position to know that whatever comes our way, just like he said, we're not going anywhere. She plans on going to the grave as a wife of this man. And so regardless of, that's why he's so confident and seemingly non-caring about the fact that he's about to be exposed. But it's not even about that for me. It's more so about that 30K. Like, that's crazy that these people did that to this woman while she talking about. And then the mom said, well, you don't know what she was going through, meaning Tasha, what she went through to maybe have a sister, period.
Real housewives of Atlanta are no longer housewives. Do you understand? The men are wives, but they're the men are the housewives, not the women, and they're leaving broke and just reputation shattered, because let me tell you, women side with women. And when you have a show that's geared towards women that are around the same age as your wife, that has followed your wife for many years and understand what it's like being with a man that you work with and that you're married to, and you're out here making money, and it's being said that you make money from her. I'm gonna be honest with you, like they with this and with the reality TV, Rocky, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's bad. It's bad for you, and I can't co-sign this.
Listen to me.
What's
I
up?
appreciate your sentiments, boo, but it's so not bad. And even if you put out any story with all what you got, at the end of the day, I promise. Remember this conversation.
I'm gonna remember. Trust me.
You're gonna say, "All right, Rock, you were right. I'm not worried about nothing. Whatever. Listen, one girl that I knew about 2 years ago, I can't even say her name because she's a part of the thing too. But Tijuana is the main one. But it's two more girls that we knew about 2 years ago. And we were, of course, it's only so much I can say. But my point is, I'm not worried. Tasha, they can put out everything they want to put out. I promise you, you're going to call me and say, I get you.
So he's basically letting us know it's not just, he calls her Tawanda or Tijuana, but that's the mistress. He's saying there's two more. And he's letting us know this because he probably is anticipating them also exposing him further. I'm pretty sure he said he called them a small crew, your small crew. And I'm pretty sure they've already linked up as a trio to get his ass.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
My wife's not worried about it.
Okay.
They can put out every text message. They can put out, matter of fact, we couldn't move until certain things like this happen. Like that, her being on there with you today helps. I can't wait till something else come out. And please, I can't wait till y'all put out a text or an image or whatever, so-called, because that helps. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to keep. You don't need to keep. So every time something come out, it only helps me. So that's why I've been quiet. I can't wait. That only helps. Go look at my interview on BBC. I promise you, you're gonna call me and say, you've been waiting on this. Yes. So every time she show up, every time she say something, it only helps me. That's why I ain't saying 2 words. Period. I don't care about a digital footprint. As a matter of fact, a lot of people been trying to bait her. It's been a whole thing to try and keep her going. Even on that situation you said digitally, if you don't change the number, I'm over here smiling from ear to ear. I'm
Do he not sound like Levi though? Cousin Levi? And he is a crook, beautiful spirit, allegedly. Happy Saturday to you as well. Love you back. Thank you guys for hanging in here. This thing is winding up, but if you're just coming in, make sure you go back into the replay because this call right here, we probably not finished talking about this today. Or, this was supposed to be a member only live, but I wanted to share it with everybody. Yeah, he's definitely another R. Kelly. I believe R. Kelly is his mentor. That he actually molded this guy, or this guy may naturally just be just like R. Kelly. Twinsies from the inside.
If you want to FaceTime me so you can see me smiling. I can't wait. Because vindication is something I've been wanting from people who they're not gonna win. Then my wife ain't going nowhere. Anybody gonna feel sorry for her. Actually, people gonna be like, damn, I wish I had that. Because what you thinking and what you saying ain't real. You see what I'm saying? Like what you saying don't matter. It's not real. Tasha, hold on.
Okay.
No, I appreciate what you're saying, but I'm not worried. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying. Like,
all right.
All that is not going to matter the minute it becomes something.
Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate you reaching out and clearing everything up to the best of your ability.
Yeah. When we meet, I would have something to show you, and you'll be saying, you know what, I'm going to stay out of this because it ain't nothing to be in. At the end of the day.
That's not the first time he told Tasha that. Like, once you find out who I really am, or once you really hear everything, you're going to basically back up off of this. And you're going to apologize to me, or you're going to, agree with me. and leave me alone.
Tasha, here's what I want to say to you, as I get ready to leave. And what? Let's say, if I was a scumbag of the earth, and what? But I'm not. I'm just saying.
Wait, see, this is what I'm saying about this guy. And what? He's like, before I wrap this up, let me give y'all this. And what? And what? What you gonna do now? What? So, and yeah, I'm that. And what you gonna do? If I was the scumbag of the earth, and what? This guy is crazy. He's like a psychopath.
And what? Let's say, if I was a scumbag of the earth.
She jerked her head.
And what? But I'm not. I'm just saying. This is 2 + 2, and then I told you when I connect the dots, it's only so much I can say. And what? What? Oh, I'm a predator, or did I commit a crime?
See?
Or did I hurt somebody? Or you taking Tasha's money, or you spending her money, you don't make no money? Get the fuck out of here! Like, you know what I'm saying? Our son, 25 years old. I'm a black man who's been holding his family down through good and bad.
So they have a 25-year-old son. I think his name is Jermon. And whenever they mention him when I've seen his name in print, they always have NBA draft pick next to his name, 2020 draft pick. Does anybody know if he actually went to the NBA? But I'm curious to know, if he's 25 years old, he's pretty much fully aware of what's going on with his mom and dad, his aunt, his grandmother. I'm wondering, what is his take? What is his thoughts on this? There was a channel who had the dad, the Scotts. It seems that they do have the same dad, because I did question that. His dad interviewed on one of these channels, and that's probably what I will take into the member channel later. But yeah, this guy, the son, I'm curious to know what his mindset is, or what he's thinking about this. What is Rocky in his ear, like he's in Tasha's ear right now, about how, this is not it. This is not him.
You think I'm worried about somebody talking about I slept with him or didn't? This is me talking to you. I'm just, at the end of the day, what? Who making money off what? What is unique? What's your point? You an advocate for black women who come up with stories of a man leaving his wife? You got my name on your back? That seems pretty psychotic, but we're gonna laugh about that if that's the truth later.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you a question. So you and Kevin Hunter are pretty close, right?
No.
Okay. Tasha's not.
That's Tamika's husband. Let's go, Sway.
So Kevin Hunter, you guys know, is Wendy Williams' ex-husband, the one who had the baby on her and now is with his baby mama, trying to live off Wendy child. That's another story. But she's asking, aren't you good friends with him? He said, no, that's Tamika's husband. That's the sister-in-law, Tamika, the one that's saying they stole money from her. Her husband is really good friends with Kevin Hunter. And I find that to be interesting. We haven't heard much about Tamika's husband, like I mentioned before. And I'm curious to know what his take is on all this that's going on. I mean, it's probably not his style. Like I said, real men are typically not going to be talking on the phone to Tasha K, and especially at this great length, saying the things he said. I mean, first thing out the gate, he started saying was the feds. I'm wondering if R. Kelly knew he was going to make this phone call, or he's going to connect with Tasha K, and maybe even threaten her with the feds. She'll probably run away, because he's been on R. Kelly's brain for quite some time. Tasha K has, I mean. And if he was close to R. Kelly, even up to his arrest, I'm pretty sure he still talks to R. Kelly to this day. So I'm wondering what R. Kelly is thinking about this whole situation with Tasha K now being involved with this dude like this, in this way, when he himself is after information that Tasha K has. R. Kelly wants to know who this BOP officer is. And maybe he even is working with Rocky to get that. Rocky is so adamant on meeting up in person with Tasha K. I told y'all we were supposed to be taking a shot for every time he said, when we meet up, when we talk in person, when we sit down together. He wants to do that because I think all of this for him and Tasha K's with regard to her is to get help his friend Rob, since he didn't do nothing for him. He got him into this mess. I think he did work with the feds. As a matter of fact, he did say on camera that he knew that he was at the ceremony. I hate to say even wedding, but the between Aaliyah and R. Kelly. Rocky was there, eyewitness, and he said this. It's in print and other things as well as him saying that on video to the guy on the BBC documentary. So what type of friend are you to do this? So maybe he's not talking to him, but knowing R. Kelly, they are still talking, because that's what we knew about him. He would keep people around, even though he knew how dirty they were. And that's actually what made him more attracted to these people and made him feel more comfortable with these people, because that means they're more so like him. Christina Francis, yes, you are correct. Thank you and welcome.
Darnell, Tamika's Scott husband, they close. They from New York. That's not me.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're not close. There's no pattern of being with a woman who's in the forefront and a man having a relationship behind his back. Tasha, I'm a different one, baby. I'm not that. This all these little boys that's married to these housewives that you talking about that don't have a life or no brain. I went to school for psychology, sweetheart. I got my degree. You see what I'm saying? Like,
She's shaking her head. Now he's saying he got a degree in psychology. Okay. And let's back up and see how he just basically threw under the bus the house husbands. And we can include T.I. on that. He's really talking about Todd, or Toddina, as he said. Because y'all remember he said that Todd sucked on a tranny's dick. Yeah. To Tasha K, he said this.
Music and law for years. I'm not like somebody who just running behind this mic. And these women who want to come out and say, "Ooh, they took a picture of a bag." You know how many people got the name Rocky? But even if it, I don't know if whatever. But my bags. Why would I put my name on a bag when I'm married to? Like, that's stupid. All that stuff.
She said his last name was on the bag. People have engraved bags all day and it was his last name. What? It was probably a gift.
Okay.
But it's more elaborate than what I can say. When I see you, if you was in Atlanta, well, I'm not going to be in Atlanta. Well, we've been in Atlanta soon, but we've been in New York. Wherever you at, you'll see, like, I'm not even going to listen to these people, these text messages, digital footprint. I know you're an investigative journalist and all that, but it's things that you need to know.
One of the best. Huh? I said one of the top, doing
I know you are. Look, you got the emails from Rob. Listen, Tasha.
Boom. Do you hear that? She said, I'm one of the top, one of the best investigative journalists, that is. And he said, yeah, you got the emails from Rob. He's referring to that. Well, I believe he's referring to that email leak from the BOP officer. I told y'all, I didn't even remember he said this. I told y'all this was really about that. He's going to want that from Tasha. They want to know who this BOP officer is. Real. That's R. Kelly. Listen, Rocky's trying to tell us how much of a dangerous man he is. He's a fix-it man. When people get into silly stuff, when they get silly stuff on them, they call me. I'm not the one you want to mess with. Like, he's been said to threaten people with guns. So you think he's bad? How you think R. Kelly is in real life? This R. Kelly taught him. Okay. So I wouldn't want R. Kelly looking for me. I know he said that BOP officer has kept him up at night. And it's really Tasha K too, because if not for Tasha K, there would have been no platform to air the information. So he's, gunning for this information. And Tasha, she better stop telling people where she's at. She done already told us she's in Florida.
Yeah.
A lot. You know what I'm saying? I know you know a lot, so I ain't trying to dance around it with you, babe. Okay. We on the phone, so it's only so many things I'm touching on. So many people told me not to call you. I'm like, for what?
You should have listened to him.
You said I should have?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Sometimes I hate that I'm so good at what I do.
Wow. Talk your shit, Tasha. Listen, this man did not do his research. He didn't do his research at all. Talking about what? Why? Or does he just think that he thinks of himself so highly? Is that how you say that? Or does he think that highly of himself to think that he's just going to be ahead of her throughout this whole conversation? I'm not sure that he knows that this is being aired. I don't know if she did this live either. I'm not sure. Yes, a live chat. So this was a live. I should have been looking at the chat too. Somebody said, not only is he a liar, but he's not a good liar. If his wife believes his lies, it's because she wants to stay. Mm-hmm.
So what that mean?
What that mean is like, listen, it's not looking good for you, Rocky. You've been on the phone for the last 38 minutes. You've been stuttering. You've been
I ain't stuttering, sweetheart.
You stuttering. You've been, going around, dancing around the truth. Like when someone tells the truth, it comes out seamlessly. Like
but
you
why would
don't.
Here, I know I'm on the phone with you. Why would I get into that? I'm walking back and forth around people.
Because this is your life. This is your wife, somebody you've been married to for 30 years, who has been slandered left and right, who has a dissolved family relationship, and it all leads back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you just said something key, sweetheart. If that's you drawing the line in the sand, saying you.
I'm not drawing the line in the sand. I'm just telling you. Sometimes you may need to just take the advice of your friends.
No, I mean, okay. I don't think so. I'm trying to see where you're going. Because
I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad you trust me. I'm glad that you trust me, and I don't move. Like I talk, like just like how you say you talk to a lot of people. Like there's a lot, there ain't nobody that don't have my number, that's in the industry, and they know, when I put out stuff, I'm putting it out, and it ain't too many things that slip through the cracks that can, damage my reputation or nothing like that. That's all I got. My word is all I got, man.
That's all
this
to hell.
Me and you. You were asking me questions about me. I'm not.
I know, but what I'm saying is, listen, based off of her version of the story and yours, hers is sounding way, way more credible.
So do you want to see? Okay, you're good.
Send me,
see how good I am?
Yes, and send me what you have. And if you can't explain it, because I understand some people do lack in verbal communication and seamlessly talking. I get that, right?
She is clowning.
If you want me to see something that you can't fully explain, just email me, send me everything that you got, and I'll call Unique back up, and I'll challenge her with it. I'm equal opportunity over here. I've dragged mistresses. You've seen me drag Unique. So it's not, I'm not choosing sides here. The only side I'm on is God's side. So
then I like that.
Yeah.
Now, since you said that, I rock with you to the moon. So whatever you, and I support you in whatever you do.
Wow. She did basically tell him. She basically told him she ain't shit. Yeah, she literally just spit in his face. Like, you stupid. Just send me what you got. Because I know everybody can't communicate their thoughts properly. You dummy. Like, and then he goes, when she mentions God, and who's God? Which God, child? Because he then drops all his armor and says, I'm going to rock with you to the moon. If you saying that, that's all you had to say. That was the actual, that was the password. That was the password. Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. So listen, I ain't picking no sides. I'm not doing nothing. But send me what you have and I'll put it out.
No, you can go ahead and put out whatever you got with her. I'm not saying that. I can meet with you and show you stuff.
See?
Yeah, you can put that out.
How fast can you get to South Florida?
No, I can't come. We're on tour. I'm on a tour right now on the bus. So no, I can't get to South Florida. But like if you want to come to where we at, then we can figure that out.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So where's your next city?
This go under.
I'll look at. Okay, what I'll do is look at your tour schedule, and then I'll call you and let you know what city I'll meet you in.
Yeah, no, it's not published, but it's a radio promo. So,
He is so full of shit. First, he was going to tell her, just look it up on, and then she interrupted and said, I'll look it up. It's not public. It's a radio promo. For what? For who? Where you at? This is not something you could look up. I mean, how do you promote something, but you can't find it online? Isn't that the whole point of promotion?
shit, I could just tell you, and then you just come out.
Okay.
It's sit out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, Tasha with me, so definitely we'll sit somewhere and chop it up. And then when you finish, you'll be like, oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, listen, I'm gonna let you go, and then we'll talk soon, okay? All right.
All right,
Thanks.
you got my number.
All right,
you
thanks.
got it. You know the digital footprint, so keep this number down.
I am. I got you. Bye, Ray.
Well, that was the end of the call. I just, yeah, beautiful spirit. Some type of code talk. Some type of code. He said so many things that, obviously I commented throughout, so I'm not going to go and rehash, but what do y'all think of this dude? Like, I've called it from day one. We've talked about him here. I probably have a whole live just that might be sometime during the trial. I think he was one of the people we did a little breakdown on. And come to find out through this drama with Escape and SWV that he actually is behind the show R&B Divas ending, because this is what Tamika said. He pulled a gun on Nikki Gilbert's husband, and she was like, and I believe she was executive producing as well, and that's when she pulled the plug on the show. He's been accused of doing this to many other people, as well as you heard him talking about Todd, Candy's husband of Atlanta, talking about he was sucking off a T, but he ain't mentioned nothing about about T.I. He said Tiny is in trouble and all these things are going to come out. He didn't say nothing about T.I. He kept T.I.'s name out his mouth. Hey, Sharita. Yes, he was involved with R. Kelly, child. Let's see, I'll just break it down real quick. Yeah, he started out as R. Kelly's security / bodyguard. He was the one tour he was on. He was guarding the stage. I believe he was the guard at the stairs or on stage. And when Killer Carey, I think it was Killer Carey, the brother that was rapping at the time, had a song with R. Kelly, didn't show up to the show. He had Rocky fill in as his double since he was on the stage. He said he knew the lyrics, and I don't know if he actually rapped or did he lip sync, but he was doing that. So then that became his thing. He became I think at that point, he just became somebody who just got in where they could fit in. But he then said that he was his business manager for 20 years. And he also said that he basically got out the way when the feds came a-calling. So, yeah, you should listen to, if you don't want to hear my commentary, then go straight to Tasha K's channel and you can listen to the call. It's about the 19-minute mark. But you can listen to me and my commentary if you just go back into this replay. And he was also present, Miss Sharita Michelle, at the wedding ceremony, if you want to call it that, between R. Kelly and Aaliyah. He was one of the few people that were in the room. Yes. He talks about his BBC interview. That BBC documentary it wasn't flattering for R. Kelly nor him. So I don't know why he keeps pumping that up as something. So he says he was instrumental in Britney Spears being signed. And I did look that up, okay? I was trying to find something that connected him with Britney Spears, which I actually did. She was signed initially to Jive Records. So it's Jive Records / RCA, which is R. Kelly's label as well, right? And that owner of that label, I believe he did give them imprints within the label. So I don't know. I think, he probably met Britney Spears or maybe, had some conversations that got some meetings happening. But to say that he signed her, that's kind of a lot. I don't mess with Tasha either, usually, Sharita. I'm gonna tell you something. So this call, she didn't really do nothing but listen. And she just kind of egged him on a little bit. And she did warn him as well as what's to come. So I'm telling you, this is the best teaser for the reality show that these ladies are on. Because if they haven't already been shaking the table with this dang show, to say that what's coming up is gonna blow our minds is a lot. Yes, ma'am. So I didn't find. So what I did find as well is that somebody named Jack Antonoff asked. I think he must be an artist. Asked his label to drop R. Kelly, and this was back in 2018. They said that he reportedly demanded bosses at his record label to drop the R&B star Kelly in the wake of new allegations that he groomed an underage girl. And this, then they talk about the BBC documentary, which looks like aired on Wednesday, March 18th or March 28th, 2018. Mm. Kelly's former girlfriend, Kitty Jones, says he had told her he had trained her and a teenager to become his sexual playthings. The new accusations follow a BuzzFeed news report. Yep, that was the one that really was like, whoa. Which claimed that I Believe I Can Fly singer had brainwashed 6 women into a sex cult. Where did they mention Rocky in here? According to Billboard magazine, Antonoff, who like Kelly assigned to Sony Music subsidiary RCA, tweeted he had asked bosses at the label to ditch the singer before deleting the post. I hope my label drops R. Kelly. I've discussed it with them a number of times. In the documentary, Jones alleged Kelly kept a sex dungeon. Um, oh, here it is. So they talk about Aaliyah. Kelly has been dogged by rumors of sexual impropriety for more than 2 decades since he was accused of secretly marrying R&B star Aaliyah when she was just 15 years old. Titled R. Kelly's Sex, Girls, and Videotapes. His former manager, Rocky Bivens. So they're managers as well. Oh, he said business manager, so I guess. Rocky Bivens claimed he witnessed the wedding. See, it's in writing. He claimed he witnessed the wedding. I guess they're saying from the documentary. 51-year-old musician has denied he married the More Than a Woman singer. And his representatives have also claimed the more recent allegations made against him are untrue. And we now know this all to be very true. 2018 to now, and just think he's been convicted twice and sentenced twice, and he's serving 31 years in jail, or however many years. I don't know if they're taking off years for the time served already, but but yeah. So this guy was like, I asked them to drop him from the label, so you know they got on R. Kelly in 2018, which also leads to Linda Minch. She was run over by that van 2 weeks before the New York trial started. His attorney, Linda Minch, who was the attorney who was, I would say very integral in a lot of the payoffs of some of these girls and some other things that probably are never going to be known just because she's gone. And I believe she was probably cooperating with the feds because she had left his camp. She would just resign. She resigned as his attorney in 2018, as did a number of other people. But this guy, Jack Antonoff, he also was like, I don't want to be associated with this. You know, Drive Records had a lot of kids on their label. Yeah, Britney was 15, they said, when she signed. And, but Rocky's name don't come up nowhere. And he claims it's on purpose, that he never wanted to be famous. He just wanted to be who he is, which is just a very powerful person. And I think what he really means by all of that is that he has these relationships. I don't think he has personal power. I believe the power he has is maybe that he does have relationships with certain people and maybe even have dirt on these people too, because he seems like the kind of guy who moves like that, especially if he's been groomed by R. Kelly, the mentee, the real mentee right here. because that's how R. Kelly moves. He makes people write fake letters, incriminating themselves with fake crimes and things, that make them look bad, embarrass them, shame them. And I'm pretty sure Rocky picked up on this skill set, or, just to know you have to have actual artillery in your arsenal, right? Yeah, artillery. Yeah, you got to have actual weapons in your arsenal. So with that being said, I'm pretty sure Rocky, in all these 30 years dealing with people in the industry and still seemingly, he's alive. I'll just say that. I don't know what his situation is. I haven't seen his wife in anything other than she was in the R&B Divas, which he messed up. And what else was she on? She's on this show right now. And from the very first episode, she was the antagonist. She was the villain. And so that just really reflects on him as a husband, because she got it from him. That's right, Beautiful Spirit, Linda Minch, Palladino, Ed Jensen, and others. Mm-hmm. All unalive during their time of R. Kelly, working with R. Kelly and Rocky. Because now we have to associate Rocky with everything R. Kelly's been doing for the past 30 years. He said he's been living through, working with R. Kelly as his business manager, whatever that means. If you were R. Kelly's business manager, you're definitely a part of this RICO situation. And the only way you could have gotten up from under that is by assisting the feds. So I don't know why he thinks, I don't know what he thinks. KS, she said it wasn't Judge Mathis. So do this. Obviously, y'all didn't. No, I did not listen to what she said. I sure did not. I just saw the headline and kept just scrolling. And I saw some comments. But if you listen to what I actually said, KS, I did say that what she sounds like she's talking about is Judge Joe Brown, because we know based on him and his past behavior that he would be the one out of those two to have done what she's saying. So just to let you know. So I also have this, it's a short conversation with this dude who supposedly was in jail with R. Kelly. Yeah. Let me find. Yeah, it's only it's like 8 minutes, but oh, I forgot. I can't play it on here. So let me find the thing on my phone, the audio, real quick. So what's going on this Saturday? What y'all getting into today? I'm gonna throw the link down here in case anybody wants to come up. I have this TikTok song in my head. Okay, let me see. Okay, who is this channel? Okay. Somebody named Ronnie Bow is in this title, so I don't know if that's this guy's name. Oh, of course. I'm not only using the phone that got the speaker attached. 1 second.
It would have sense of humor. I know God had a sense of humor. All that cap shit, I don't do that. You know? That ain't a part of my character. So I had seen when you had posted that, like that, I bought the paperwork. You know, I'm sure you're gonna upload this, so I probably don't have to read it. But this the judge saying plaintiff Ronnie Martin, a federal prisoner, initiated a pro se civil rights action style. I don't gotta read all that extra.
Okay, so they posting this paperwork up. Let me pause this and find it here. What's the timestamp? 56 seconds. What? Oh, wait a minute. This is a different video. Okay, so the video I have up with the audio is showing paperwork, but it says R. Kelly listed as witness in case, and he's showing the proof. And I don't know what this is about at all. This actually might be more interesting. So, what case was R. Kelly a witness in?
Shit, but you know, this affecting himself, detaining R. Kelly, and 600 unidentified inmates. Now, what this about, the judge basically saying, like, nigga, who the fuck is you? You can't represent all of them. You can file on yourself and what's going on with you. But you trying to represent R. Kelly and everybody else, and you can't do that unless they sign the lawsuit with you. But at the time, this was when that COVID shit had hit. Now, I know y'all had it hard out here, but we had it fucked up in here, you know what I mean? So we on 24-hour lockdown. They not even letting us out for showers, you know what I mean? They forgetting to feed the motherfuckers sometimes. So if we're on 24-hour lockdown and y'all not letting us out at all because we got a quarantine, how the fuck I'm gonna have R. Kelly and everybody else in this bitch, you know what I'm saying, sign this document and say, yeah, this is going on with all of us, you know what I mean? And you got him to actually be on y'all pod, right? Yeah, when he first came, you know, in the feds, you know, the rule is snitches and child molesters is not allowed on general population. You know, but my thing was I'm a book author. And as soon as I heard that R. Kelly was in this motherfucker, it's like damn, I done heard about the surviving R. Kelly shit. People was watching that shit in there. But my thing was I want to write a story. You know, it's a satiric story. You know what I mean? Me and Plug get into it, and one of our mutual friends, you know what I'm saying? And Plug said this would happen. I mean, I might say this would happen. You know what I mean? You got to get both sides though. You know what I mean? So I want to hear his side, and I want to write a story about it. So you know, I'm plugged in. Well, I was plugged in with the GDs and the feds, and I was also my celly was a vice lord, and he had the building for the vice lords. Matter of fact, shout out to my nigga Cheeks Money from the west side of Chicago. That was my celly. So I had both of the most powerful organizations in the feds behind me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, try to send a word out there and get kills up here so I can write a book on his behalf. You know what I'm saying? If he gonna sign a contract, I'm gonna make sure we all eat. You know what I mean? But it was hating ass there like it is everywhere, and people spreaded a bogus rumor saying that I tried to extort R. Kelly. I sent gang members to him to force him to sign the contract, which was not true. But you know, before that, I did manage to get him on the unit with us. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, it wasn't that. It's just R. Kelly got a voice. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck is Ronnie Bo to the world right now? The world know about R. Kelly. So if Ronnie Bo filed a lawsuit, who the fuck is he? You know what I mean? But if R. Kelly were to file it and say this is going on in these motherfuckers, the whole world gonna know about it. You know what I mean? But the whole world still gonna know about it now because I added him as a witness in the lawsuit and he willing to testify and say, yeah, this what was going on in this bitch. This how they was treated. You know, and the federal bureau of prisons, y'all gonna owe me like $20 million for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing that because y'all already know I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm a strong nigga, and I was able to take that shit. Everything y'all did to me and the rest of them inmates, you know, I'm sitting back laughing, knowing I know the law. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Malcolm X type of nigga. You know what I mean? Y'all fucked up. You know what I mean? You know, when Malcolm X got killed, they tried to blame it on the Nation of Islam because he was beefing with them. And they probably had something to do with it, but everybody know the government really did that shit. You know what I'm saying? And why did they do it? Because Malcolm X was suing the United States government in the International Court of Justice, which deals with the United Nations. So he taking shit. It's just like if you catch a state case, you know what I'm saying? That's state jurisdiction. Like me, I caught a Fed case, so I'm in federal jurisdiction. But it's another jurisdiction, which is an international jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? And like even people like Dr. King wasn't as sharp as Malcolm X. You know what I mean? They weren't on that level yet. So he was taking the shit out of the United States because it's like if I'm states in the United States court, they the same fucking team. It don't work. How does it gonna work? They against me. So I'm taking it out of their jurisdiction and bringing shit to the United Nations. And my thing is like, why the fuck nobody else did this shit? You know what I'm saying? I love Farrakhan. He's a great orator, but why you ain't did this? You know what I'm saying? Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, all you other niggas, even the new so-called black leaders, why the fuck y'all ain't do it? If I know it, I know y'all know how to do it. You know what I mean? So they ain't do it, so I did it. You know what I mean? I'm the only nigga other than Malcolm X who, sued the United States in the International Court of Justice. That document right there too is a 39-page lawsuit. You know what I mean? I did this shit for real. Like when I did it though, Puck, it's like my brother for real though. So all his advice be from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Puck was basically like, nigga, you tripping. You going against the government. You know what I'm saying? They fuck around and kill you. They gonna get away with it because dude could be working with him. You know what I'm saying? He could be working with him. You know what I'm saying? Like you tripping, but me, I'm gonna die one day anyway. I might as well die for a cause. You know what I mean? Oh, for sure. For sure.
But let's backtrack, bro. Being with Kale, how close were you actually in the cell with Kale?
Well, when we first got him on general population, I was on Unit 15 in MCC Chicago. They put him on Unit 19. So we wasn't on the same unit at the time, but we first met in the medical unit. You know what I mean? And then he was going to church, you know what I'm saying? So we would bump heads in church, you know what I mean? And when I got out the hole for when the Federal Bureau of Prisons, Captain McDonald, Lieutenant Robinson, when y'all tried to kill me in that bitch, you know what I mean? When I got out, they put me in the hole because, the health administrator said that we not supposed to be in a cell with nobody. We supposed to quarantine by ourselves. So they came to me like, you got to go in a cell. It was an 85-year-old man. Nigga been down 50 years. He died. They tell me I got to go in a cell with him. I'm like, if this man died in the cell with me, y'all gonna blame this shit on me. I'm not going. So either you gonna go in the cell with him or we gonna put you in the hole. Okay, put me in the hole. I'm not scared of no hole. I'm already in the hole. I'm on 24-hour lockdown. What the fuck is the difference? You know what I mean? So they basically, to sum it up, they brutalized me. They put me in shackles and cuffs. They stripped me naked. They put me in a cell that nobody supposed to be in. That motherfucker didn't have no bed or nothing in there. I'm really in there naked with shackles and cuffs on. They cut my clothes off because I want to take my own clothes off. So when I got out the hole, from that, they put me on Unit 19 where Kels was at. And, me and Kels had already bumped his. We knew each other. We was cool. And he knew I knew that law. So, he'd come holler at me sometime like, man, who's your lawyer? Hey, my thing was, nigga, I got a lawyer, but I fight my own shit. I tell my lawyer, nigga, file this, do this. And if he don't file it, I'm going to do it. I'm telling Kels that, and he's like, nah, I'm just lawyer, man. This shit ain't in my best interest. So I start helping him, like, nigga, You gotta think for your motherfucker self. This your life on the line. You can't put your life in the hands of these lawyers, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They take our money, and once they get our money, they barely answer our motherfucking phone call. So, you know, he knew I knew what I knew, and I was trying to help him. And you know, it's rats everywhere, bro. Like even on general population, you would think it's all stand-up guys because everybody had to show their paperwork. But that shit, it be hating ass shit too. Like people knew I was trying to get this man to sign his contract so I can write the book on him. So when they see how I'm rocking with him, they go tell the guards and shit basically, man, he trying to help Kev with his lawsuit. So they moved me off the unit with him like within 2 weeks of me being on the unit with him. But within that time, we had some deep talks, you know what I mean?
Mm. Well, that wasn't what I had intended on playing, but that was more interesting than what I had, to be honest. Because the clip I was going to play was him talking about how he and R. Kelly talked about Jay-Z. And he had asked R. Kelly why he and Jay-Z had fell out. And R. Kelly explained, I don't know what he said, but he basically is saying, well, R. Kelly basically said he was a part of the elite, maybe not, I don't know if he said Illuminati child, but he said he's a part of the system. He basically is blaming Jay-Z and Rock Nation, as everybody else seems to be doing. Um, I'm not gonna play that right now because I done went over my, what I wanted to do here. But yeah, so this guy, I knew that jail guy helped R. Kelly. I was gonna say, watch him say he helped R. Kelly, or watch when you hear him talk, you're gonna be able to pick up that he probably helped R. Kelly. R. Kelly was complaining to him about his attorney. I wonder what period this was. Was it during Greenberg time or Canick or what's her name, Nicole, Tricky Nikki, and them? He's had so many attorneys. Um, I think he found a winner in OJ Bone Jean, being that she's constantly, seemingly fighting on his behalf. She just tweeted recently, I think it was a tweet, about Sharon Wimbush not being a part of her, law, her business, basically. That I don't talk to this woman, and nothing she says about me is verified by me, because no, basically throwing Sharon Wimbush under the bus because Sharon Wimbush consistently is making these videos trying to advocate for Rob and trying to at the same time throw people under the bus while she's doing it, and naming names and associating Bonjean group with those allegations that she's making. And Bonjean is trying to make it clear, I don't have nothing to do with that. Nothing. So I think Rob feels satisfied that she's working on his behalf because she's constantly clapping back at somebody or, speaking on him in a high favor. So, yeah, with all that being said, I appreciate y'all. Yes, please check out the description of this thing, buy my products and all that good stuff. Shout out to the subscriber too who put my son's song in their film, because we got an invite to the screening in a couple gonna be, and I'm excited. In Beverly Hills, baby. But yeah, to you for that, for coming through on that, and greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon. Catch me in the member channel. Peace.